Good evening, world. Sorry, good morning, world. It's Ivan Amara. Hope you guys enjoyed my show I made yesterday. Today is the final day I'm doing a video every day. And starting tomorrow, I'll do a video maybe Friday, Saturday. I'll get paid for this shit, guys. So you better enjoy these Sabros videos while I can, right? I'm king out making videos for you. Amen. Happy New Year's Eve, guys. Tomorrow is 2026. Yeah, I'm gonna get 6 beers today and get tipsy, a nice tipsy, obviously. So Ivan, you won't be paying the actors and crewmen check for your company. No. No. It's direct deposit. I know back in the 70s, 60s, and 80s, and 90s, everything was checked. There was no online banking and that kind of stuff back then, right? But I don't know. I think nowadays the actors probably get direct deposit in Hollywood too. I don't think they get checks, right? I know in sports they get checks, obviously. In sport leagues they pay you check, I heard. For my company, I don't want to pay the actors check. Because if they lose their check, you have to compensate them. And you're handling hundreds of millions of dollars worth of salaries. You can't pay them a check. You have to pay the direct deposit. That's why I'm going to have a software engineer design my payment system for my company, obviously. You want direct deposit, Ivan, with a GPS speaking? I'm like, yeah, okay, Ivan. Direct deposit is the best way the actors get paid. They'll get a confirmation on their email that the money has been wired into their account. And the GPS speaks, yeah, like you have $120,000 wired into your bank account, $200,000 wired into your bank account, $90,000 wired into your bank account. You guys understand? Yeah. Everything for my company is direct deposit, except for the speaking. With the World Tour, the actors will get checks, obviously. They can't pay the direct deposit for the World Tour. They get checks. But everything else is all direct deposit. They get paid the actors. It's better too because you don't have to worry about the bank freezing your money, right? Because nowadays when you get paid check, the bank freezes your money and all that stuff. At least in Canada it's like that. I'm pretty sure in the States it's like that too. When you get checked, they freeze your money, So with direct deposit, your money doesn't get frozen, which is good, right? Yeah. Direct deposit, your money doesn't get frozen, obviously. That's why it's better to pay the direct deposit, obviously. John Mayer, you ever receive $125,000? He gets like his $125,000 every 2 weeks. John Mayer around there. Yeah. He was like, holy shit, man, Scotch is supposed to have a wire, man. This is more than what I made for Star Wars, I know. Peter Jackson has to help me with payroll. Not help you with that. Yeah, you have to help me with the cast and the crew, Peter, or Mel Gibson. They have to help me with payroll, obviously. Keanu Reeves, you have received $380,000, $400,000. We get like a $400,000 check every 2 weeks. Keanu Reeves are on there, right? No, more than that. Maybe 800,000, 700, $600,000 he gets every 2 weeks. Keanu Reeves, massive paycheck, right? Around there, right? An athlete gets contracts, they get their fat checks during production. And that excludes the film profits too, and which is even more money, and the game money ain't paid, man. Paid. That's why they're going to back. My car was in the water. But you're going to tell the actors, yeah, Ivan and Vijay have an advanced like payment system. When we get paid, the GPS speaks. It says you have received like this amount of money. It's fucking high tech. This company, yeah, man, it blows out water. Yeah. But the real money is not the front end money, it's the back end money, man. That's where they make their real money, right? Yeah, but the front end money, they're still getting paid their billions, obviously. It's not the money they're making off the film profits. That's the real money, obviously. That's why the agents want a bigger cut of that pie, the Hollywood agents, because they know me and VJ's profits is in the billions. They want a bigger cut of it. That's why they're going to push for more money. I want to be strict and say, no, I'm not paying these guys money. What I'm paying them is enough. You don't like what I'm paying you guys, go work at Hollywood. That's my, it's a deal. Deal. Sign this mega deal, and I take you out to nice dinner. You pirate up my yacht, and you get to be a famous movie star with me for my movie. More famous than you are in Hollywood, right? Yeah. And they will all accept my deal. They don't make that in Hollywood, right? Keanu Reeves doesn't make $20 million in Hollywood. No, he makes like his 15, 20 in Hollywood. He might get 15, 20, 30 million in royalties. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson makes like her 25 in Hollywood. Ben makes his 20, 15 in Hollywood. Matt Damon, 15, 20 in Hollywood. It sounds like a 130 something million deal, man. It's a huge deal. 83, 80 million, 78 million in profit. That's a lot of money for those guys, but they don't make that in Hollywood. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but it's not the money you and VJ are making. Yeah, stop thinking about the amount of money you and VJ are making. Just know that I gave you a good deal. I'm still making sure you guys are taken care of and getting paid, man. This is more than what we're making in Hollywood. I'm sorry. The Rangers are it's a deal. You're very generous, man. They don't even make it all. That's a huge deal. Yeah, 130 million deal. Holy shit. It's a mega deal. Yeah, it's a huge deal. It's a mega contract, man. That's why they'll be shocked, like, holy shit. These guys are coming blows out of the water. We don't make this in Hollywood. Yeah, they don't make that in Hollywood, man. Those guys. Yeah, except for Keanu Reeves, he made $200 million for the Matrix, but after the Matrix, he never made that money. That's my point, right? There's exceptions, obviously. Everyone else is that bad. I'm like, no, John, you get 10, I'm not paying 20. You're not worth that. Stop being greedy. John, you greedy pig. It's a deal, man. I was like, yeah, John signs that contract. He signed a mega deal, like a 27 million deal, John. Huge deal. He signed. Yeah. Like, John, I want you to destroy the role of my cousin. That's telling us. Don't worry about it, boss. I'm gonna work hard. I will destroy the role, man. But you see a better performance from him in my movie than even in his Star Wars. For Star Wars, he made like peanuts, right? Force Awakens, John, I heard only made like $300,000, $400,000 for it. But I think Disney gave him a piece, him and Disney really a piece of the profits, maybe $1.5 million or $2 million. That's how he was able to buy his parents a house, obviously. John Baker, right? He bought his parents a house, obviously. From the film profits, right? So I heard they got a piece of it, like a small little piece of it, maybe $1 million of it they got for Force Awakens, and that's how John Baker was probably able to buy his parents a house, obviously. Yeah, and for the sequels, for Rise of Skywalker, John might have made maybe $1 million, and for Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker made maybe $1.5 million, $1.7 million for the movie, maybe $2 million around there. So he's like, holy shit. He's like, I just covered most of the water. I don't make $27 an hour. This is how much it is for me. Yeah, John Baker sound like a mega deal. Vaughn Jolie sound like a 16, 17 million deal. They all signed mega deals, those guys. But it's not the money me and Reach are making, right? If you're pissed off about that, go work hard and make less money, guys. I'm still making sure you get paid, even though what you're making is peanuts. We're not trying to be Reach are making. We're still making sure you get paid, obviously. That's like he's like, yeah, we're so boss. Like even these big contracts we're paying these actors is peanuts compared to our contract. I know, VJ, it's peanuts. We're gonna make our tens of billions, man. That's why I'm generous with the actors. But if their agents and managers get greedy, I'm not paying more money. You guys are getting greedy, man. Which they are gonna push for money. But I wouldn't be strict and say, no, guys, you're getting greedy. I'm not paying you guys more money. So, yeah. Like Peter Jackson's Ivan, can I get a nice like $1 billion of that of the film profits? I'm like, no, Peter. 850 million is enough. What about 950? I'm like, no, Peter. Like I can easily pay Peter $1 billion, but I'm already paying him enough. He signed a 1.6 billion deal. That's enough money for him. That's like 900 million after taxes, but his agent takes a cut of that, obviously. Yeah, because I'm just messing. That's not money for me. That's more than money for me. I meant it. Like this is way more than what I made for the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings combined. I only made 250 million for Lord of the Rings, man. I'm making that for the game alone. Yeah, for the game alone, Peter's making $250 million. Even more than 250 million because it's once he converts it to his New Zealand money, it's like 300 something million dollars he's making for the game, and like 250 million for the merch. His New Zealand money, 260 million, whatever it is. He's making a lot of money. He just agreed, wants my money. I'm like, no, Peter, 850 million is enough. Stop agree. I'm just messing. That's not money for me, man. He's like, holy shit, that's a mega deal. He's like, sign me up, Ivan. $1 billion plus deal. He's like, holy shit, that's a lot of gold, Ivan. I know, Peter. You happy? I'm happy with that contract, Ivan. Thank you, man. You're very generous. And I gave you out of the budget too. That's every director's dream to get paid all that money and have out of the budget for your movie. Every director's dream. That's why all the Hollywood directors are going to be calling my office. Because they want out, they know I can pay them more. I can easily pay James Cameron way more money than what he's making in Hollywood. Yeah. Denis Villeneuve. Yeah. Easy pay those guys more, man, what they make in Hollywood, obviously. Mel Gibson, right? Mel Gibson's on a mega deal too. He signed like a $550 million deal, $400 million deal in his American money. Mel Gibson signed a mega deal. He's walking with like $200 million in his back. Mel Gibson after the 5 years. That's a lot of. That's a lot of money, man. I don't make this now. I know. He's like, sign me up, Ivan. Mel Gibson. Yeah, it's a mega deal he signed. My movie, right? Yeah. That's where all the agents are going to tell the actors in network, yes. They're like, yeah, Ivan and VJ Star at Skywest Entertainment. We saw his videos. If what he's saying and what his videos is true, his company's blowing all the water and bigger budget movies, better perks, crazier fame. You make your millions in speaking. This is your ticket out. Don't worry, guys. We're going to call the office and try to get you work. This is your ticket out, man. Network with all the Xanus stars. And the chosen actors or agent gonna tell them, yeah, once the journey's over with, beg your ass off for IME to resign you. They might resign you guys. This is your ticket out. Their company pulls all the water. They can easily pay you more money, make way more money working for them. Beg your ass off. And they all beg, obviously. Every actor chosen begs. It's crazy. Even Keanu Reeves, Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck, as Scarlett Johansson, oh yeah, even those guys are gonna beg. They're gonna beg, man. Yeah, man. Because they know when they go back to Hollywood, they're the side attention. They don't want to be the side attention. They want to be the main event. Yeah, I mean, as long as I'm in your movie, my career feels like it means something. When I'm in Hollywood, my career feels meaningless and worthless. It's not worthless and meaningless, but they have that feeling of it feeling like that, right? Because they're the side tension. Like the fans are mainly hyping about The Great Escape and They're Unique and the Xanus movie. They don't care that much about their movies compared to me, VJ's movies. That's my point, right? Yeah. And they know they're gonna make less money in Hollywood. They're back into Hollywood system. Don't forget that, right? Ben's like, yeah, man. Like, I made like $134 million for Ivan's movie. I'm not gonna make that in Hollywood. I'll be lucky to get like a $30 million, $25 million contract in Hollywood. Ivan can easily pay me more, and he gives me much better perks. Like these executives don't own $1 million houses. They don't own like $350 million jets and like a unique 71 yacht like that. They don't own that, man. Ivan's company blows out the water, and they're back to like the shittier technology. Because Hollywood, they make movies for $100, $150, $250 million. The Great Escape, the technology is unheard of. It's an $800 million budget movie. Yeah, but Ivan's technology for his movies blows hot water. Like, go back to Hollywood, it's not as good anymore, right? Yeah, shittier budgets, yeah. shittier pay, you know what I'm saying? Shittier perks, and they're not as famous. They have side fame. That's why they're begging, honestly, because Skyward blows hot water. I'm sorry. Skyward blows hot water. That's why they're begging, honestly. Yeah. That's why VJ made that Banner Knee song. Me and her are gonna be boss, man. Yeah, man. They're gonna be boss. Yeah, that's why she made that song. Yeah. The Hollywood actors are all gonna beg, and the world will beg for forgiveness, obviously. Because they now feel the price of being left behind. They're begging, the world's begging to be saved by God, because the world now feels the price of being left behind, obviously. Yeah, man, Ivan, like, we made Ivan Region pay a price, and now we're paying a price. We're battered from that glory. Yeah, you're battered from the glory of God. You're not saved, man. You maybe pay a price when I do anything wrong. You also pay what I'm getting to you. You're not saved. You're left behind. And some of you guys are gonna cry, man. Yeah, man, like, fuck, man, it's a shitty feeling being left behind by God, man. Ivan's living that life with VJ. He's training wherever he goes and everything. We're left out of that, man. It's a shitty fucking feeling. Yeah, it's a shitty feeling, man. That's why the Hollywood actors are begging, man. They don't want they don't want to lose that feeling of being saved, obviously. Yeah, as long as I see Ivan and VJ, I feel comforted. I'm saved. I'm a part of that fame with them. And then once the journey ends, when I go back to Hollywood, I'm going to lose that feeling. I'm going to be left behind in the Hollywood system, obviously. That's why they're begging. So think about this. The Hollywood companies will be throwing these Xanus actors like some good offers. Even though I can pay them more, they'll be throwing them some nice contracts. And even then, they're still begging, obviously, because they don't want to go back to Hollywood. They're all even like, I'm not kidding around, man. I don't want to go back to Hollywood, man. I want to go back, man. I want to work for you, VJ. Please, Ivan. I want to be in that secret agent with you, Ivan. Please. Please, VJ. Please, Ivan. Please. Saying some of them might tear off my look, man. You can tear up all you want. You're not good for the Grace Academies. I'm not gonna have you do like that, man. No way. Don't hit me, son. Yeah. Please, VJ. Please, Ivan. Please. I said. Please, I said. Yeah, they're begging hard together. Some of them might cry, yeah. Why would some of them cry? Because they don't want to be left behind, man. They just experienced that worldwide fame with me. They know when they go back to Hollywood, they're going to be left behind like the rest of the world. They don't want. They were saved for like 5 years. They don't want. They know when they go back to Hollywood, they're no longer with CB and VJ. They're not part of the experience. They're now left behind. Obviously, yeah. Even though Hollywood threw me some money and all stuff, it's not the money that Ivan can pay me, and my career is a side tension. Like I don't want to go back to Hollywood. I want to just work for Ivan. Yeah, they want to just work for me. They don't want to go back to Hollywood. I got him out, right? They don't want to go back. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I'm saying, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Who do you think is good for The Great Escape? Idris Elba and John Boyega are actually very good for, like, all my movies. But if I resign those two guys for all my movies, it's not fair to the Hollywood actors in Hollywood. That's the thing, though. Right? I have to be fair. But because John Boyega and Idris Elba don't care about the Hollywood actors, we don't care about the Hollywood actors. Fuck those guys. Just fucking resign me. I don't want to go back to Hollywood. Yeah. Because I heard Idris Elba might retire from acting, but for my movie, as long as he's working for me, he'll come out of retirement. To where Ivan, I'll come out of retirement as long as I'm working for you. But I don't want to work in Hollywood, Ivan. And Idris Elba knows I can easily pay him more money. Pay him like his 14 million for The Great Escape. I can give him like 24 million of the royalties. Yeah. And then with his speaking money and game money, I just almost signed like a 45 million deal for the Great Escape. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, you can easily pay me more. I want you to get me out. Yeah, he knows I can pay him more. Which Hollywood will be throwing him like 15, 12 million dollar contracts in Hollywood. Easy pay. I just album more than what he makes in Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, you can pay me more. Your company blows hot water. I don't want to go back. I want to work for you. I'm like, Idris, if I resign you for The Great Escape, even though you're good for The Great Escape, you're going to piss off a lot of agents and managers and actors and all. It's not fair, Idris. You can't do that. But Idris Elba doesn't care about all that. Ivan, fuck those guys. Just resign me, Ivan. John Boyega will tell me that too. So Ivan, fuck those actors. Just resign. I'm like, no, John. You can't be selfish. I'm sorry. I launched your career as you're welcome, guys. Yeah, even though you launched my career, Ivan, with a side tension, like I don't want to work in Hollywood, Ivan. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I want to work for you. I don't want to go back to Hollywood. I've been begging hard, man. Please, Ivan, please, VJ, please, please. I'm saying, please, Ivan, please, VJ, please. I'm saying, yeah, I've been begging hard. I'm like, no. Yeah, I'm not gonna fall for your tricks, guys. You're playing to sympathy and pity, and yeah, that's why the agents are telling, yeah, guys, beg your ass off sincerely. That maybe they might show pity and resign you guys. That's what the agents are gonna tell the actors. Yeah, the agents are also gonna beg me to resign their actors too. They're gonna try their best to convince me to resign. I'm like, no, guys, these actors are not good for the great same counter. You can't be selfish, guys. You have to give other actors an opportunity. It's not just about you guys, right? You can't be selfish like that. I'm not gonna have the same actors in my movies, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. That's how special me and VJ are because we're God, right? The reason why some of them are crying because me and VJ are special. We're God, and it sucks knowing that the two gods are living the life as king and queen, and you're left out of that. Yeah, I mean, as long as I'm in your movie, my career feels like it means something. It's a good feeling because you're part of that crazy buzz with Ivan and VJ. It's a good feeling to be Ivan. It's an amazing feeling being a movie star in your movie, Ivan. And, we're part of the main buzz of you. It's a fucking amazing feeling, Ivan. The fans love us, and we go back to Hollywood with a side tension, and it feels like our career doesn't mean anything, even though it does. But they have that shitty feeling, obviously. They feel like as if their career is over. It's not over, but it feels over, right? It's that shitty feeling they have, obviously. Because the fans will still watch their movies, obviously. But my point is in the side tension. They're not the main event. That's my point, right? In Hollywood, right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, the actors have a blast doing the commercials that mean feature on the magazine. Oh yeah, they will. Like yeah, I mean, I had the best experience of my life. I had a blast being a movie star, getting paid all that money, and being featured on the magazine. You, Ivan, the online catalog magazine, Sky Source Weekly News, Sky Source News. I'm saying I had a blast being featured on the magazine with you, Ivan. Yeah, I had a blast, man. And sponsor all those high end clothes too. You're coming balls out of the water. I know, guys, but you're not good for the next movie. They had a blast, man. That's why they're begging, obviously. Yeah. That's like BJ cries too, because she knows she got two by the gates. I did not get to. Yeah, Ivan, I want you to get me out. I want a piece of your blades, Ivan. And I want to be featured in the magazine. You sign on Manuel Lounge, all the movie. She's crazy, that woman, yeah. That's why she cries, obviously. She got duped by the families, right? BJ, right? Yeah, she got duped, obviously. Yeah, Ivan, I want you to get me out, man. I want a piece of your blades. I want a piece of your, I don't know, your $18 billion. I want a piece of that. How much money do we have your by the way? I made $18 million. You made $18 million off your book. She's like, yeah. I'm like, holy shit. She's like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. I know. A lot of money. So the actors live the life. Yeah, the actors live the life with me and BJ. That's why they're begging, obviously. They're living the life, man. All the parties, a lot of parties in my house, in my yacht, in the luxury suite during the world tour, staying at the luxury suites, limo services, the luxury buffet, the magazine ad shoots, the commercials, the interviews, tactical training, flying on my private jet, the takeouts. They had a blast, man. And trending with me and VJ, they had a blast. Obviously. That's why they're gonna beg, obviously. Yo, I mean, that's the highlight of my career, man. Being in that Xanus movie was the highlight of my career. I can tell all what actors that. That was the best moment of my career, my acting career. Yeah. John Boyega will say, yeah, working on Xanus was a much better experience than working on Star Wars. Because the Star Wars movies were a mess, obviously. They did his character dirty in the Star Wars sequels. especially Last Jedi. Yeah. Finn was a side character in Last Jedi. He had a useless quest finding the Codebreaker. And they end up finding the Codebreaker, and that guy ends up betraying them, and then they get captured by the First Order. So, like, John Boyega had a useless quest in Last Jedi. He was pushed to the side on a useless quest, obviously. That's why he was so pissed off, obviously. Because they did his character dirty in Last Jedi. See, Force Awakens, they built his character up with Rey and Finn. And in Last Jedi, they just shat on his character, obviously. In Rise of Skywalker, he has a better character arc, but because of the Last Jedi mess, it was very tough for J.J. Abrams to fix Rian Johnson's polarizing directing movie that he made, right? That's why even J.J. Abrams couldn't fix it. That's why Rise of Skywalker is kind of a mess when you watch the movie. J.J. Abrams couldn't come up with a way to fix it. He couldn't fix it, obviously. It's very tough to fix that, right? Yeah. Will the Xanus stars work hard for you? Of course they will. I'm paying them a lot of money, man. They're gonna work their ass off for me. Harder than even they do in Hollywood, man. They're gonna work harder for me than they even do in Hollywood. Because don't forget, I gave them their freedom. Whereas in Hollywood, they have to do it to make their money, right? Yeah. It's not a good feeling knowing you have to constantly keep doing it to make your money. In a stinky, dirty environment, that's disgusting, man. Yeah, whereas Ivan gave us our freedom, they're gonna work harder for me than they do in Hollywood, man. You think John Boyega's performance in Star Wars was good? You're looking at a better performance from my movie, Xanus. Andy Serkis, all those guys are going to work harder for me than they do in Hollywood. Because I paid them more money and I gave them their freedom, don't forget that. And they don't want to fuck up my movie. Yeah, Ivan paid us a boatload of money for his movie. He wrote a masterpiece. Let's work our ass off and make an amazing movie together. And they all work hard. And they act their ass off. They lose their something character. They're amazing performance on screen, man. Oscar performances, right? Yeah, Oscar performances. Something crazy. Yeah, man. Oscar performances. Yeah, man. Oscar performances. You're gonna see me, G Monsoon, and John Boyega were close in the movie. We're cousins. Yeah, like that's a sick movie. Yeah. John Boyega's, alright, don't worry about it. I'm gonna destroy the world of Xanus for you, man. Yeah, I wanted a better performance, John. Than you did Star Wars. Yeah, don't worry about it, boss. I'm gonna work hard for you. I pay a lot of money, John. You gotta work hard, man. I will, boss. Don't worry about it. And he works hard. G Monsoon, I need you to destroy the world of Cassie. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm gonna destroy the world of Cassie. It's your cousin, man. And they destroy the world, man. Oscar performances, guys. Yeah. You'll be blown away. Peter's like, yeah, Ivan, because you paid all the actors a lot of money, they're gonna work so hard for you, Ivan. Like, my Lord of the actors made peanuts, Ivan. They worked their ass off for me, Ivan. He's like, yeah, you're looking at a better performance than even Sam and my actors in Lord of the Rings, Ivan, because you paid the actors more money than what they made in Lord of the Rings, what the actors in Lord of the Rings made. Actors in Lord of the Rings made nothing, man. They work hard for Peter. All my actors signed mega deals for my Xanus movie. They're gonna work hard for me. I gave them points, film profits. They're going to work hard for you. If you give them film profits, they're more invested in your movie because they're sharing a bit of the wealth with you, obviously. Here's a guy who's not smart. If you give them a piece of the film profits, they're sharing in the wealth and the success of the movie. They're going to work harder for you. I know what I'm doing. You don't give them a piece of the royalties; they'll still work their ass off for them, but they won't work as hard. They slack off a little bit less, but they still work their ass off. But if you give them a piece of the money, they're sharing in the wealth and the gold with you. They'll work harder for me. I know what I'm doing. That's why I'm giving all the major stars royalties. Only the major stars royalty for Xanus. Xanus is a special story. I want to destroy the world. Sarah? Yeah. Yeah. Will the actors have a fun time filming the movie? Oh yeah, they will. They're gonna have a blast, man, because they know the end product will be so cool. Yeah, man, it's so cool acting on the scenes with Ivan, and we're part of that buzz. I can't wait for this movie. Yeah, they're gonna work hard for me, and they're gonna have a blast during filming. A lot of work, but they're gonna have a blast during production, obviously. Yeah, you see Carl Urban, you see John Boyega in the movie. Cornelius the blacksmith. Yeah, you're looking at a sick movie, man. Peter's like, yeah, if you're looking at a Matthews, man. People tell me, yeah, I mean, Carl Urban's here for Cornelius. I could picture him as Cornelius, the captain of the blacksmith. Yeah, he's here for the movie, obviously. Cornelius, the captain of the blacksmith, Eli's right hand man. You're looking at a sick movie. How much you pay Carl Urban, Ivan? Carl Urban, because he doesn't contribute as much to the role, he's a supporting character. I can pay him maybe 8 million for his base, a bit less than John and all of them, but he's bigger than John and G1 I can give him like 13 million, 12.5 million of royalties. 13 million royalties, that way he gets paid. So he gets a smaller base, but he gets more for his royalties, for profits. The way he gets paid, obviously. That's a good deal for Carl Urban. You see what I'm saying? How all the Xanus stars are getting paid a lot of money. They're signing for 20 plus 25 million deals, man. Huge deals. Yeah. You also have the speaking money, which is like 5, 6, 7 million of speaking. They ain't paid, man. And that's why they're gonna bet, because they know I can easily pay them more. No, they don't make that in Hollywood, those guys. They don't make that. Yeah. And that's why they're all going to destroy the world, because I made sure they all, Ivan made sure we all got paid a lot of money. Let's work our ass off for them and make an amazing movie together. They all work their ass off and they pull it off and we make an amazing movie together, man. Yeah. Will Carl Urban work hard if we do Lord of the Rings? Yeah, he will. And his acting in Lord of the Rings was amazing, Carl Urban. As Aemir, he was an amazing actor in Lord of the Rings. But if you think that acting is good for my movie, he'll work even harder because I paid him more money. For Lord of the Rings, he made nothing. He probably made like $80,000. $100K for Lord of the Rings, Carl Urban. But that opened more doors for him in Hollywood, right? Lord of the Rings opened a lot of doors for the Hollywood actors in Lord of the Rings, obviously. But they made nothing for the movie. That's my point, because Peter took the whole treasure for himself. He's greedy, obviously. That's why I'm going to be strict with Peter. I'm like, Peter, I'm not paying more than 850. You're getting greedy, man. You greedy pig. Yeah. He's like, it's a deal. That's the point, bring. Yeah, Peter, stop being greedy. I know, Peter, you're a greedy pig. You took all that money for Lord of the Rings for yourself. I'm not going to have you be greedy, Peter, whereby I'm paying you more than 850. You're not getting more than 850, Peter. That's enough. You're making way more than everyone else with movies, Sarah. Well, Peter might think you're crazy giving the actors royalties. Yeah, he might say, Ivan, you don't have to give them royalties. Now, what you're paying them is enough. Like, they're speaking money, and this is enough, Ivan. Just give all that money to me, Ivan. I'm like, no, Peter, I'm not giving all that money to you, you greedy pig. Yeah, he's a greedy pig, Peter. Yeah. Ivan, you bluffing? Did Peter Jackson really take all that money for Lord of the Rings? Yeah, he did, guys. I'm not lying. Read the book, you'll see what I mean. It's also in the news. Peter Jackson made $250 million for Lord of the Rings, man. And those Lord of the Rings actors made peanuts. They made like $250K for the movie. Elijah Wood and Vigo, I think, made about $1 million, and everyone else got like $250K. A lot of whom I heard got $175,000. And Peter took the $250 million treasure for himself. Man, he's a greedy pig, Peter. Man, he's greedy, that guy. I mean, he took all that money for himself. He's a greedy pig, man. Those actors deserved at least a good like 400, 500K of Peter's money, right? Doing all that blood, sweat, and tears out there. But Peter took the whole treasure himself. He's a greedy pig, man. The whole thing he took, man. $250 million he took for himself, and everyone else made nothing in the movie. He was a greedy pig, man. It's mine. It's all mine. He's a greedy pig, Peter. Yeah. That's where if your agent wants more money, you're gonna be strict and say no. I'm gonna be strict and say no. Yeah. Peter, you're getting greedy. I'm not paying more than 850, man. Stop being greedy. It's a deal. I give you a deal. Like you like taking all the money for yourself for all your movies. You're making way more than everyone else for this movie. I'm not paying more money here. This is enough. A 1.6 billion deal, and your money is enough money for you, Peter. I'm not paying more money. That's enough. Yeah. And you might tell me, Ivan, you're greedy too. You're making like your tens of billions. You're giving all of us the peanuts. I'm like, yeah, Peter. I may be making all these tens of billions, but I'm still making sure everyone's getting paid more than what they make in Hollywood, Peter. Whereas you didn't share a piece of your gold with the Lord of the Rings actors. You took the whole thing for yourself, man. Because you're a fucking greedy pig, man. Yeah, man. $250 million. He took the whole thing, Peter, man. And those actors made nothing, man. 250K once again. He took the $250 million treasure for himself. Obviously, him and Fran, they took the whole thing, and he also took New Line to court because they thought they owed him like more money, and I heard they owed him like $100 million more, or something like that. And Peter took him to court because he's a greedy pig, obviously. And they even said, yeah, Jackson's greedy. He's a greedy pig. But even though Jackson's a greedy pig, I'm talking to you, New Line. If you owe him money, you don't rip him off like that, right? That's my point. You have to pay him what you owe him. He signed a contract, right, Peter Jackson? Yeah. For my movie, Peter doesn't have to worry about that because I gave him a flat amount deal. That's why the flat amount deals are better, because you don't have to worry about people ripping you off. Peter's like, yeah, I prefer you just give me a flat amount instead of percentage of life because I don't know how much money I'm going to make. Yeah, the flat amount deal is better, Peter. You get your $200 million for the merch, $250 million for the game, and your $850 million for the film profits. And you get your $85 million base salary, Peter, and you get your $500K for the promos, for the online magazine promo, the interviews, all that stuff, right? Peter gets $500K for that. It's a good deal for Peter. 1.3 billion Canadian deal, 1.6 billion New Zealand deal for Peter. It's a massive contract. He's walking away with like $900 million in his bank after taxes. But his manager takes 10% of that, so he's walking with $800 million, Peter. That's enough, Peter. $800 million in your bank for 5 years of work is enough money, Peter. Stop being greedy. It's a deal, Ivan. That's a lot of gold, Ivan. I know, Peter. Are you happy? I'm happy with that contract, Ivan. I'm just messing you, man. This is way more than what I made for the Lord of the Rings, Ivan, combined. I know. It's more than what he made for both movies combined, Peter Jackson. It's a huge deal. Yeah. Yeah. So right after filming, yeah, right after Peter Jackson makes his $65 million for production, and he got his 10 million sign bonus for pre-production, he gets his 10 million post filming bonus. A couple months later, when I released the merch, me and VG got our first check, Peter gets another $200 million check in his bank with the merchandise. And after that, he has to wait like a year and a half for the movie and the game to be released. He gets his royalty checks for that too. Obviously, he gets a $200 million check for the merchandise profits, obviously, right? He's getting paid, Peter. He's like, yeah, Ivan, that's a lot of gold, Ivan. Yeah. Peter would be happy with $250 million on the film profit. That's still a lot of money, but I'm paying him $850 million. That's a lot of money, man. But if he gets greedy and he wants like a billion two, I'm not paying him that. I'm like, Peter, you're getting greedy. I'm not paying that, man. Stop being greedy, Peter. What I'm paying is enough. You're getting greedy, Peter. Greedy pig. Watch out for Peter Jackson. Yeah. 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 So Peter Jackson's making way more than everyone else. Yeah, if I choose him, Peter Jackson's making way more than everyone else. Obviously. Like when his contract is announced on my site, like everyone's like, holy shit, man. Peter signed a $1+ billion deal, man. A 1.3 billion to 1.6 billion deal. That's a huge contract. Yeah, it's an embarrassment of riches the amount of money Peter's making compared to everyone else. The only people who are making way more than Peter are me and VJ, but after me and VJ, Peter Jackson is making the most money by far out of everyone else. All these Hollywood actors signed mega deals, but it's not Peter's deal. Like their contract is peanuts compared to Peter's deal. That's why Peter gets greedy. I'm not paying him any more money, honestly. Because Peter Jackson's a greedy pig, honestly. He's a greedy pig, that guy. Sorry. Give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna go upstairs and get more coffee. Back in a sec. Don't hate me with that. Alright, sorry for the long wait. Well, I was just to get my coffee. Almost in the video, guys. So Peter's making way more than everyone else. Yeah, Mel Gibson or even Peter Jackson, whoever I choose, are making way more than everyone else. That's why Peter gets greedy. I'm not paying him any more money, obviously, right? Because he might want more money for the live. Can I get a nice like $10 million of the world tour live? I'm like, no, Peter. You get an equal amount of everyone else. I'm not paying more money. Stop being greedy. But you might want 10, 11, 12 million of the money for the world tour, Peter, because he's greedy. It's a greedy pick. I'm like, no, Peter. For the world tour, you get an equal amount of the actors. You're already making way more than everyone else. This is enough. Stop being greedy. You don't make this enough. I'm sad. Like, you could give Peter more money for the world tour. Maybe 10, 11, 12 million. But like, I'm already paying him more than enough money, man. He's making way more than everyone else. He gets the equal amount. That's fair. I'm not going to have him do me. He was a greedy pig guy. Watch out for Peter Jackson. He's a greedy pig, that guy, right? He's greedy. Greedy animal, that guy. Mel Gibson's greedy too, Peter. Watch out for him too. He's a greedy pig too. They're all big, powerful directors. They're greedy, those guys. Evan. So Peter Jackson will be shocked by technology, or Mel Gibson. Yeah, they'll be shocked. Peter's like, yeah, with this budget, we can build unheard of sets. We can build like 1 acre, 1.5 acre cities, Ivan, with this kind of budget, Ivan. And you're going to get a better world building, yeah. And you can create better armor and weapons in My Lord of the Rings. Updated, the mass updated. As they're going to blow that $2 million, they're going to blow the whole thing, obviously. On all updated armor, weapons, all that stuff. Clothing, you know. Yeah. Obviously. The Ivan, man, like with this technology, you're looking at amazing battle scenes, Ivan. That'll blow my Lord of the Rings out of the water. Because I gave Peter Jackson on the budget. That's why I can't believe it, man. This is better than the Rings. Got me better than the Rings. Mel's this is better than Passion Christ. I know Mel's better than Passion Christ. A masterpiece, whoever I choose, right? Yeah. So Ivan, for your battle scenes for the army, will they be applying visual effects towards it? Yeah, they'll be applying visual effects towards it, but the armies is not like all full CGI army. It's actual people. That's why you're looking at peers like, yeah, you're looking at a better war, look more real. Because Hollywood, they only have like 3, 4, 500 extras, and they apply the visual effects towards it, and it makes it look like a big army. For my movie, there, I'm actually gonna have like thousands of extras in the army, because I can afford to have like a 150, 170 million budget towards extras. I can afford to pay them. Yeah, my extra budget might be even $200 million. It's something crazy. He was like, yeah, we could afford it. We could afford to have like a 20,000 army easily, Ivan, with this kind of money, Ivan. Yeah, and they're gonna work harder for me, the extras, because I'm paying them $180. The extras in Switzerland, I'm paying a lot of money. Yeah, yeah. Well, Peter tell you the battles. Yeah, Peter, yeah, Ivan. Like, because you gave me this budget, Ivan, I have some good ideas for your battle scenes, Ivan. Yeah, you're looking at amazing battle scenes, an amazing war, Ivan. Ivan, this is gonna blow my Lord of the Rings wars out of the water, Ivan. This kind of budget. You're putting $1.8 billion towards special effects and visual effects. I'm like, yeah. He's like, holy shit. Yeah, he's Ivan. You're looking at like an amazing war, Ivan. This will blow Helm's Deep out of the water. Yeah. People tell me, we only put like $35 million, $40 million towards visual effects and special effects for each of the Lord of the Rings movies, Ivan. And you're putting $600 million. Like, holy shit. You're looking at amazing battle scenes. And Eric and them are going to be walking devils and demons, Ivan. The Crows and the Eagles are going to look amazing too, Ivan. Better than my Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I gave you on the budget. Or Mel Gibson. Yeah. I gave him all the budget, man. The movie. Yeah. yeah, if once post production begins and they begin adding in the sound effects, the music, the visual effects and special effects, look at something beautiful, Ivan. A beautiful world, unheard of horror with deep rolls and bats, and like unheard of battle scenes, Ivan. You're looking at an amazing war, Ivan. Like you and your actors are gonna be badass, man. Badass movies are, as I know, Peter. I mean, can I get a bit more of that box set art? I'm like, no, Peter, 8 for the minutes and I'll stop being greedy. Yeah. Will Peter be the boss of your movie? Yeah, he will. Him or Mel Gibson will be the boss of my movie, whoever I choose. Assuming I choose Peter, Peter Jackson will be the boss of my movie, obviously. But he answers to me in region, but he's the boss, obviously. And he will take that stress off you, Ivan. Because I don't know anything about, I know a little bit about the film industry, but I don't have the experience. That's why I'm having George consult to groom me. I have George to consult with me, obviously. And Peter Jackson will take all the stress off me. You know, I even don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I was executive producer, director for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I was the boss of those movies. I know how the whole thing works. I Peter takes the stress off me. And Guillermo del Toro too. Peter's like, I have to worry about it. I know all the best stuff for visual effects. I have my own web visual company. You want the best of the best stuff? Yeah, I don't handle it. I'll handle it. He gets all the best stuff for all the departments. Sound department, VFX department, editing department. He gets all the best equipment for you want the best of the best? I yeah, Peter, yeah, we don't worry about it. I'll handle it. You want the film behind the cameras live? Yeah, Peter, I'll handle it. Don't worry about it. And Peter handles it. When he makes the calls. I'm like, holy shit, Peter, you know your shit. Yeah, I have my own digital company. I know about all this stuff, Ivan, because Peter's a nerd. He's a movie nerd, right? Ivan, you want the film behind the cameras? I'm like, yeah, Peter, I'll handle it, Ivan. I'll handle it. You want to upgrade the cameras? Yeah, don't worry about it. The best sound equipment, lighting, whatever. Yeah, Peter, I see what you're saying, Ivan. I'll handle it, Ivan. Peter handles it for me. Yeah. I'm like, holy shit, Peter knows his shit. Yeah, I know my shit, Ivan. He knows his shit, obviously. The only thing he doesn't know much about is food. He doesn't know much about that, but all the stuff for the movie he knows about all that stuff. Yeah, I know all the best stuff for tools, for your weapons, for your armor, Ivan. You want the best of the best? For your clothing, yeah, and the masks, yeah, the machines for the masks, I'll handle it, Ivan. Peter handles it. He helps me with the calls. He's Ivan, this is fun. The docking film, this is fun, Ivan. I know, Peter. Relax, calm down. He's a nerd, Peter, right? He's blind watching the movie, yeah. It's actually funny. He's like, Ivan, you're serving the cast and crew this kind of food from the farms? Yeah, he's like, holy shit, man, you're spoiling them. Ivan, yeah, you do that, they're going to work harder for you, Ivan. Yeah, they will, Peter. He was like, yeah, I can't wait to be part of that movie, Ivan, and eat this amazing food. I'm like, I know, Peter, relax, calm down, you nerd. Yeah. You need help with red carpet, Ivan? Yeah, I'll help you with that, Ivan. You want to do your red carpet at the hotel? Well, I'm like, yeah, Peter. Ivan, that's a luxury hotel. I know, Peter. That's beautiful. You're spoiling the cast and crew, Ivan. I know. Your company blows out water. I know, Peter. Blows out the water. Yeah. Yeah. Will you have Peter help you with the Amazon deal? Yeah, I will. Obviously, considering Peter's taking a piece of you and VJ's 90%, you can have Peter in the room with you. He helps you with the box set. Yeah. What do you want the box set to look like? I want 3 movies in the box. I want it steelbook. Peter will help me with that, and it will help me with the kind of merch we want to sell. Here's a guy, I'm gonna help you with that. Yeah, you're part of the Amazon deal, Peter. You might as well help me out with it, right? Obviously, Peter will help me out when I talk to the Amazon CEOs. What kind of merch I'm thinking of selling, all that stuff. Xanus, I wanted steelbook box set. Beautiful box set. A steelbook box set, right? Something nice. Obviously. That's like Robin, that's like, I can't wait to get this on 4K. I can't wait to get this on 4K. Listen. 4K Blu-rays, Sky sources, straight to 4K Blu-ray. Dolby Vision, Dolby Sound, look at an amazing experience in the home. That's why Skies will blow out the water. And Xanus really great, sorry for told. Anyways, guys, this is what I talk for now. It's good enough. Hope you guys enjoy the show. As I'm saying, on peace. Happy New Year's. Don't hate them, son.